Well, hello everybody and welcome to Vinyltreasures. I'm your host Johnny G, John Galindo, coming to you live on this horrible, horrible night. This March 5th, 2025, all 60s edition of the Vinyltreasure Show. Been having, I hope, let's just keep our fingers. See, we got obstacles all around us here. So not only do I got to deal with the copyright police on these records, I have to deal with the weather, and that is not good for a broadcaster on the internet. Definitely one of the worst things that could happen. So we have high winds and rain. It's not cold, it's 48 degrees, but it's heavy rain, and you can hear the wind, and it must do something to the power lines. So and it goes out for, it's not like it's out for a minute, it's out for like 3 seconds, but it shuts my PC off. It doesn't affect and I got these plugged into a circuit breaker thing, but it's not enough. It just shuts down the PC, and everything shuts down. It doesn't shut down properly, and it messes up the computer. So that's happened multiple times tonight. Let's just keep our fingers crossed. It's been pretty good so far, but that aside, I'm just warning, if all of a sudden you don't see anything, that means that I lost the connection. But I want to welcome you to the all 60s edition of the Vinyltreasure Show on this Wednesday evening. We'll hear from 9 to midnight with a little bit of overtime. It's our first show of the week. I'll be back tomorrow afternoon with the 78 show. That is at 3 p.m. And then again, the third show of the week will be on Saturday night, the big 50s and early 60s edition. But tonight it's all Soul 45s, and many, almost all, not all of them, but many are your requests. And we opened up with a request for listener Busta Bass in our YouTube chat room. This trumpeter, a band leader and arranger and producer, born in Ashland, Mississippi, but raised in Memphis, Tennessee, formed his own band back in 1954. He would become the house band of the Home of the Blues label, and also of High Records, eventually becoming the president of High Records, and had 24 releases on the High Record label between 1963 and 1973. His biggest hit was in 1968, a song I have featured here on the program to open up the show. His 7th release on High, called Soul Serenade. We just heard his 5th release, as requested by Busta Bass in our YouTube chat, and was called 2075. Now, what is the significance of that? It was after the it was 2075 is this high record number. I guess they just came up with that. That must have been the reason why. I don't know. A tune that he wrote. This charted number 31 on Billboard, 32 on the R&B chart, and this was a big number 1 record on WOOK in Washington, D.C. from March of 1964. The great Willie Mitchell on the High label, going out to Busta Bass, 2075, and that's on High number 2075. Well, enough of my babbling here. Let's open up the vocal portion with this group, and the lead singer of this group back in 1954 was the lead of a group called the Scarlets. They were out of New Haven, Connecticut. He would then become the lead singer of the Five Satins, and had well, I wouldn't call it a big hit, but a big enough hit, much bigger in the later on in the late 60s and 1970s, within the Still of the Night. But his group continued to record into the 1960s. And in 65, he formed a new group. He called them the Restless Hearts, and first recording for Jerry Greenberg's Green Sea record label. This is actually the first of 2 on Green Sea. I saw both of them in the box. I decided to play the first one. This would later get picked up by Atco Records. Just realized it would, and it was called Land of Broken Hearts, but I guess they felt that was a better title maybe, and Atco picked it up to distribute it nationally, but it was first called Blushing Bride. Let's go to April of 1965, our opener by Fred Paris, who wrote this tune. Fred Paris and the Restless Hearts on the Green Sea label. It's called Blushing Bride.
Here she comes, the blushing bride. How I wish it was me by her side, holding her hand. I'll be in a wonderland, but I gotta go to the land of broken hearts and high to see the sun goes down. I know that you believe it. A broken heart, the land of broken hearts. I see my time is running low. One more kiss and I'll go. Cause I gotta go to the land of broken hearts.
There you go. We open up the vocal portion there with Fred Paris and the Restless Hearts. April 65 release. It's on the Green Sea record label. Blushing Bride is the name of the tune, and a tune written and produced by Fred Paris. And that was a number 39 record on WAVZ in New Haven, Connecticut. And I mentioned later came out on the Atco record label. He has other releases also on Checker and RCA and Birth Records. And there you go, as we continue here for a Wednesday evening, and here is a 45 on the Flavor record label. Now, Flavor Records was out of White Plains, New York, which is only about 15 minutes from your host, Johnny G, not even. Down off of 287. Now, I don't know much about this singer. His name is Lonnie Paul. I have other releases on this label, namely Billy Vera and the Veritones have a great record. Actually, has two, I think, on this label. I have one of them on this Flavor record label. But this song written by Harold Krasner and Benny Cook. It's arranged by Robert Banks. Now, I know that name. Robert Banks, he was a member of the Four Fellows, I think, and also produced and arranged, wrote a lot of tunes in the late 1950s into the 1960s. This one's from December of 64, and I like this record a lot, from Lonnie Paul. Lonnie Paul on the Flavor label. It's called You Got to Give to Get. Lonnie Paul.
Make sure your own is true. For when I give my love, I want your love too. I'll give my all, but you gotta give to get. My baby. Now if you want my
Johnny G getting caught here on the Vinyl Treasure Show. So let me see, Marissa, you're saying that you don't have any sound. You got it? Well, she can't hear me. She can't hear me. On your phone, check. Sometimes what happens is you might have you have that little speaker on the phone there. Just make sure you click it. Make sure there's no X or a slash there, and that's probably why you can't hear, because everybody hearing me okay? I hope you are all hearing me okay here, but I think that's a pretty cool tune. Reed has that on his want list because he heard me play that a while back on the show. That's the reason why, I'd say, because I have played that one time before. I forget when I played it, but anyway, I think that's a cool record from December 1964. His name is Lonnie Paul, on the Flavor record label out of White Plains, New York, called You Got to Give to Get. Johnny G always gives, and hopefully you're getting what you need here on the Soul Show. So thank you all for being here, and if you are new to the program, please consider subscribing to my YouTube channel. Tell your friends about it here. We do this show every week here on Oldies and More Radio, also live on the YouTube stream. Let us continue here, and here's another record that I like. I play a couple of my favorites here in the beginning of the show before we get to the requests here. This gal from South Carolina, but she would move to New York City. She had 2 releases on the Broadway record label, which was a division of Sue Records. This is distributed by the Sue record label. A song written by Sidney Barnes and J.J. Jackson. This did chart regionally. This record charted number 23 on KDIA out in Oakland, California, which is interesting. And this is from July of 1965. Let's give a listen to Sandra Phillips. Sandra Phillips is her name. This is on the Broadway record label. The song is called You Succeeded. Sandra Phillips. That's a great sound there. That's Sandra Phillips from July 1965. That's on the Broadway record label. You Succeeded is the name of the tune, and she has other releases also. She has one on the OK record label and also on the Brown Dog record label. July 65, you succeeded. Johnny G has succeeded. Hopefully you like the cool tunes I'm featuring tonight. If you are, please give me a thumbs up. Tell your friends about it. Kind of missing some people in the chat room. I apologize if I missed you. I'm trying to say hi to everybody. See that Record Hound, a.k.a. Darren, just got into the chat room. Let us continue here. And let's continue. Let's go to Philadelphia for this next singer. Played the flip side of this on the December 4th show, a tune called Walk On By. His name is Brooks Odell Johnson, but he just recorded as Brooks Odell. And first recording for London International back in February of 1963, but he did two on Luther Dixon and Beryl Hasty's Gold Records Incorporated. And I think this is the A-side of his first. I Walk On By was the B-side. This tune written by Luther Dixon, Tommy Bell, and Kenny Campbell. This is from November 63. Let's give a listen to Brooks Odell on the Gold Records Inc. label. It's called Watch Your Step.
You better watch your step. I said you better. You better watch your step. I said you better look out. 'Cause I'm watching you. Stop playing around. You better. I'm not gonna kiss and run away. I'm here to stay. Oh, you better watch your step. I'm telling you, you better look out. 'Cause I'm watching you. I saw you in the arms of another guy, and I almost wanted to die. I thought you were true, but you know that I can't depend on you. Now girl, you think that you're smart, the way you always jump up and down on my heart. And you know, you think that I'm your fool, and that's why you go around breaking every rule. But girl, you know I'm gonna set you straight, and I'm so glad that it's not too late. You better watch your step. I said you better come on and watch your step, 'cause I'm watching you. Better look out, baby. You better watch your I said you better watch your step.
Hey girl, want you to know. Oh, I'm sorry, folks. I just was singing a Freddie Scott tune. There you go, November 1963. His name is Brooks Odell. Call the lawyers, I say, and maybe that's why that record did it chart. I don't know if it charted here. I don't see any chart action because the lawyers would really get involved with that record. Sounds very close to Freddie Scott's Hey Girl. I think David Silberg mentioned it in the chat room there. It's called Watch Your Step, a great tune by Brooks Odell on the Gold record label. Also has other releases on Bell that I have featured here on the program. Columbia, Valentine, and also the Mankind record label. Johnny G here on a Thursday. Let's fill a request now for listener Warren Russell in our YouTube chat room. and I have no info on this gal, but this is on a label out of New York City. It's called the Pixie Label, a tune written by Joyce Bernstein and produced by Herbert Bernstein. If I had to bet, I bet you they were a husband and wife team. Now, her name is Gladys Kane, and she also recorded for the Togo label. She does a great, I think it's like Please Mr. DJ or something, which is a great record. It comes on like kind of like a cool looking, like I don't know, kind of opaque. Well, you can't see through. It's like an opaque white label. But this is on the Pixie label. I say this is, I don't think this is 62, Charlene. Where'd they say 62? I think this might be more like 63, or it should be after that Togo release, I think. But let's give it a spin. This is a request for listener Warren Russell in our YouTube chat room. This is Gladys Kane with a K on the Pixie label, and it's called Mr. Policeman for Warren.
Mr. Policeman, I'm writing you a letter just to tell you how I feel. I come home from school each day, hey, Mr. Policeman, and I don't know what to do. Hey, Mr. Policeman, I've been thinking of a way, hey, Mr. Policeman, that I can say to you, Mr. Policeman, you're so tall, so handsome, so honest, brave and true. Mr. Policeman, Mr. Policeman, say I'm in love with you. I'm in love with you. I walk an extra 7 blocks, hey, Mr. Policeman, just to see you smile. Mr. Policeman, I'm not a kid in lobby side. Hey, Mr. Policeman, I hope I don't sound juvenile, but you're so tall, so handsome, so honest, brave and true. Mr. Policeman, Mr. Policeman, say I'm in love with you. I'm in love with you. From the very first time I saw you, walking on your beat, I say I knew that you were the one guy who could make my life complete. The way you blow your whistle, Mr. Policeman, just make me wanna scream. Mr. Policeman, you're standing right beside me, Mr. Policeman, in each and every dream. Mr. Policeman, there you are, so handsome in your uniform of blue. Mr. Policeman, Mr. Policeman, say I'm in love with you. I'm in love with you. I love you. I love you. I love you. I love you. The way you blow your whistle, Mr. Policeman, just makes me wanna scream. Mr. Policeman, you're standing right beside me, Mr. Policeman, in each and every dream. Mr. Policeman, there you are, so handsome in your uniform of blue. Mr. Policeman, Mr. Policeman, say I'm in love with you. 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 I said, Mr. Policeman, I'm in love with you.
There you go, that one there. Whoops, I made a mistake, Charlene. I had this next request here, and I don't see it on my sheet because it was probably the week before. But anyway, there you go. That one there going out to a Warren Russell in our YouTube chat room. That is Gladys Kane. Hold on a second, folks, as I get discombobulated here. Warren Russell, where is your cheat sheet? Here we go. And I believe you, Big Dave Swinger, says, Big Dave Swinger said the copyright on the flip side is a July 62. That's close, and that's good enough for government work. So I'll say that this record, although the copyright dates are not always correct, usually I don't think they file copyright before they record the song. It's usually after, but not that far after, but you would think that July 62. So I'll say it's, so this might be her debut single, because I know the other one is from 63. This is Gladys Kane with a K on the Pixie record label by request for Warren Russell in our YouTube chat room. Mr. Copyright Policeman. No, Mr. Policeman is the name of the tune. There is another a song similar to that, but by the Fabulettes, I think, called Hey Mr. Policeman, which is a pretty cool record. As we continue here on the Vinyltreasure Show, and I messed up on this next one here. Let me just see on the, today is, let me just check my thing here really quick. Computer, looks like I didn't copy this in, Charlene. And it's for David Silberg, this request. He requested a Joe Hinton on the BackBeat record label. And why isn't it coming up? Yes, it is. And I can go to David. See, I have a special tab for all you listeners that, and I don't see it here, Charlene. I don't, it's here, but why don't I see it? And I don't know why. So as Johnny G is a total messing up totally here. This is a real radio. So that means I had this record, the week before. So we'll open up February's, and I'll see what the date of this is on David's code here. And right here. And here we go. I don't know why that isn't there. I thought I copied it in, but we fill a request now for David Silberg in our YouTube chat room. This, whoops, open up, Johnny, open up. Make it a lot bigger so you can see it. This is a request for listener David Silberg, this singer from Evansville, Indiana, and I'm sure many of you know his biggest hit from 1964 on Don Robey's BackBeat record label. His version of the Willie Nelson pen tune, Funny, but this was his 12th of 16 releases on Don Robey's BackBeat record label. Tune co-written by the label owner from July of 1966. Let's give a listen to Mr. Joe Hinton on the BackBeat label. This is for David Silberg in our YouTube chat room. It's called How Long Can I Last? Joe Hinton.
How long? Oh baby, won't you tell me how long? How long can I last when you treat me like you do? How long can I hold on to a love untrue? I can't take this hurt no more. I've got to let you go. Oh, how long? At first I thought you loved me. That's when I vowed to be your slave. But now I gotta feel you want me 6 feet in my grave. Baby, can't you see what you're doing to me? Oh, how long? Baby, 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 how long? How long can I take it, baby? Somebody tell me how long? How long do you think I can make it, baby? I can't take it no more. I got to
That's July 66 release there for Mr. Joe Hinton. That's by request for David Silberg in our YouTube chat. I see people coming into the chat room. I have to say hello to Tony Crosby in the UK. Haven't seen Tony in a while. No, he was one of the shows Tony was in, I think. But welcome, Tony Crosby. And that's Mr. Joe Hinton. That's his 12th of 16 releases on the BackBeat record label. How Long Can I Last is the name of the tune. That's for David Silberg. Well, you know, Johnny G lasts a long time. I did a 4.5 hour show. Actually, I've done marathon shows here on the program, so I could last a long time. Yes, I can. As we continue here on the Vinyltreasure Show, fill a request for listener Bill Olb in New Jersey. As this gal, she's from Shreveport, Louisiana, but she was raised in Oakland, California. She was discovered by Ed Townsend. You know Ed Townsend had a big hit in 1958 on the Capitol label called For Your Love, but she first recorded for the Candix label back in 1960. I think I have that one in the collection. Her next two releases were issued on this label called Suroc Records. I think this is the division of Scepter, if I'm not mistaken. I think they actually distribute this. And this is her first release on the Suroc label and became her biggest hit. The tune written by Ed Townsend, but it was adapted from a hymn called The Love of Jesus. This was her first of two on Suroc Records. This charted number 21 on Billboard, number 3 on the Cashbox survey, and also on the R&B survey. But this was a big number 1 record if you were tuned into KATZ in St. Louis, Missouri. Let's go to March of 63 by request for Bill Olb. Theola Kilgore. Theola Kilgore on the Suroc label. It's called The Love of My Man. This is for Bill Olb.
The love of my man keeps me safe and warm. The love of my man protects me from all harm.
That's by request for Bill Olbin, New Jersey. That's March 1963. That's Theola Kilgore. Theola Kilgore on the Ciroc label. The Love of My Man is the name of the tune. I think that comes out on Scepter 2, if I'm not mistaken. Somebody can check it out on 45 Cat, but I think I have that on Scepter also, which I think is might be the reissue of that anyway. You know, Johnny G collects thousands and thousands of labels. I have I started out collecting a lot of labels, and of course, beginning in the 1950s into the 1960s. The funny thing is, where I really made the mistake was when the dealers would call me up on the phone, because I met a lot of dealers. I would go to a lot of the record shows, so I'd show up there with these big. They were once in 3-ring binders, but I took them out of there, and I would carry a knapsack with this. It's like destroyed. It's in the back of me down here. All the edges are. But every time I used to go to the show, I would take this big thing of all records released on. I guess it would be like 99. Well, I don't know, because there's some small labels, but it was put out by Stack of Wax, and I don't even know if it's available anymore. But I have a nice mint copy of it, all in the binders that I haven't touched yet. But there's no way I can go back there and check them all off. It was years of me checking off these things. I'd have to sit there and check off each one as like a checklist. So that ain't happening. But I would take this with me, and so and a lot of the dealers would have their records lined up by labels. Some would have them by artists. If they were by labels, it was really easy, because I would go one after another. But maybe they weren't in numerical order, but when the dealers would call me up on the phone, they would put like the Federal label all in number order. So they'd read them off, and there'd be Freddie King, Little Esther, the Dominoes, all these things. They would continue to read these things, and I'd say, I have it, I have it, I have it. Oh, I don't have it. And so they'd put it aside, and sometimes they'd give me the price right there, and I'd say, okay. Or I'd hesitate, and they'd say $15, and I'm like, how about 10? And then they'd sell it. So that's how I was buying records at one time, and I was watching football, so the only day I had available was Sunday. And so they'd have to call me at Sunday, but like after 4 o'clock or something. But anyway, that's how I was buying the records. But anyway, so that's how I probably got that record on the Scepter label. Not that I would have sought it out. And that's how come sometimes I lucked out. But I stopped. The mistake I wanted to tell you was that I stopped in 1963 or 1964. So I made a big mistake by not buying well into the 60s, and they had the records. So I was getting a lot of these for like $1 or 50 cents, because a lot of the group harmony dealers that were selling me big ticket records, they didn't care a lot about the soul records or about the 60s stuff. So I would buy them, but I stopped at like 1963. So that was a mistake. And then I started picking up. Then I was buying everything. So I went from one extreme to the other. So even though I say I have 195,000 45s in the collection, a lot of them span from the 70s into the 1980s. I stopped in like 1980s. When was Taylor Dane's Tell It to Your Heart? What year did that come out? Because that was the last 45 I ever purchased. It was a Taylor Dane with a picture sleeve. And I still like that record. I heard it in the grocery store the other day. So I was like bopping to that record in the store. But anyway, I digress. Let us continue here on the Vinyltreasure Show. Hope you're digging on the tunes here, folks. If you are, please give me a thumbs up and consider subscribing to my YouTube channel. Let's fill a request now for Chris Reed in our YouTube chat room, as this singer, originally from Grove Hill, Alabama, but grew up in Mobile, Alabama, best known for his instrumental hit called The Horse. Did you ever listen to the B-side of The Horse, which is actually a cool vocal? That was the side that my aunt would listen to. The vocal of The Horse, I think, is better than the instrumental, although the instrumental is good too. Love Is All Right, I think it was called. But He was born Clifford James Noble on August 4th of 1941. His first release came out in 66 on the JV label, which I don't have on JV. I think I have it. I have played it here on the Atlantic label. But he did 5 on the Filet of Soul record label, and Chris Reed, who requested this, requested his third. It's produced by Jesse James. It was written and produced by Jesse James, who was big. I think he did a lot of writing and producing for the Filet of Soul record label in general. But it's arranged by Bobby Martin. This charted number 36 on KSOL out of San Francisco, California. It's from August of 68 by request for Chris Reed in our YouTube chat room, Mr. Cliff Nobles on the Filet of Soul label. It's called it's called Judge Baby, I'm Back. This is for Chris Reed.
Hey, Judge Baby, I'm back. And if you think I can't dance now, man, just watch my act. I did 30 days for the boogaloo and 30 more for the shing-a-ling. But since I put my time, I can really do that thing. So whoop it on me now. Sock it to me now. Whoop it on me now.
There you go. That's Mr. Cliff Nobles by request for Chris Reed in our YouTube chat room. That's August 1968 release on the Filet of Soul record label. That's his third of 5 on Filet of Soul. It's called Judge Baby, I'm Back. Almost sounds like a little bit like Hitch It to the Horse a little bit. You're saying it sounds like James Brown there. Maybe he's trying to sound like that too. But Mr. Cliff Nobles, unfortunately we lost Cliff Nobles back in October of 2008. He was only 67 years old. Almost, Johnny G ain't quite 67 here, so listen, health is everything when it comes to that. So wishing everybody good health and cool and good sounds here on a Wednesday evening as we continue here. And let's fill a request for listener Frank Gingara. I was looking for a 50s record on last Saturday, and this record popped up out of nowhere. I was looking for it for a while. I knew I had it, but Frank requested it a couple weeks ago. This singer, born in Birmingham, Alabama, he is the younger brother of the lead singer of the Dubs. If you know the lead singer of the Dubs, his name was Richard Blandon. And this is on Jerry and Steve. Well, I think Charlene, this was the son. I think Jerry Blaine's son owned this label, Port Records, which I think was out of Long Island, I think, if it was originated out of Long Island, I think. And this tune arranged by Carl Lynch. Let's give a listen to Curtis Blandon. Curtis Blandon from September of 1963 on the Port label, going out to listener Frank Chingaro. And this is what we play on the Wednesday night show. The song is called, one word, it's called Soul, for Frank Chingaro, Curtis Blandon.
Soul is something that you feel deep down inside. Soul is something that you can never hide. When you love someone, yeah, love them with a lot of heart. But most of all, you gotta have a whole lot of soul. You got to hold her, yeah, with a lot of soul. You got to kiss her, yeah, with a lot of soul. And whoa, I said don't let it grow cold. You've got to love her, yes, love her. You've got to love her, yeah, with a lot of soul. Once I had a love, and I want everybody to know that I made a big mistake. Instead of using my head, I should have used a whole lot of soul. Whoa, I said don't let it grow cold. You gotta love her, yes, love her, yeah, with a lot of soul. And one more thing I want to tell you right now. Right now, you gotta squeeze her, yeah, with a lot of soul. And when she's in your
There you go, by request for listener Frank Chingaro in our YouTube chat room. That's Richard Blandon's younger brother, Curtis Blandon, from September 1963 on the Port label, which is out of Port Washington in New York. I think that's down in Long Island. It's called Soul is the name of the tune. Now, I have other releases by him, I think on Tower and Buddha. Also, he's on the Juan record label. Don't know if I have the Juan release, but I do have other releases by Curtis Blandon. Johnny G here on a Wednesday. I was going to say Thursday. That's tomorrow. I'll be back tomorrow at 3 p.m. for the All 78 show. So if you like 78s from the 1940s and the early 1950s, tune into that program. I'm ending in 1957. with actually an interesting song too, by the way. But let us continue here on the Vinyl Treasure Show. Fill a request for listener Oldies Fan, aka Joe Smith, in our YouTube chat room. Now, I have so many requests for instrumentals. It's going to take me a number of months to play some of these requests, so I figured I'll play one here. And it's actually, there's chatter, or there's kind of clapping and whatnot in the background. So, I mean, technically, I could open the show with this record, but it's a hit, and I should get it on early in the show, that is for sure. But this is for listener Joseph Smith, aka Oldies Fan, in our YouTube chat room. It's the debut single for this group from Memphis, Tennessee. They were known as the Bar K's, and this was the group's biggest hit. It was number 17 on Billboard and Cashbox, number 3 on the R&B, the Billboard R&B chart, and a big number 1 record on WWIN in Baltimore, Maryland. Let's go to April of 1967 and give a listen to the Bar K's. This is on the Volt record label. This is for Oldies Fan. The song is called Soul Finger. There you go, hits here on the Vinyl Treasure Show by request for listener Oldies Fan, a.k.a. Joseph Smith, in our YouTube chat room. That's April 67. That's the debut single for the Bar K's on the Volt record label. Soul Finger is the name of the tune. Now, the unfortunate thing here with this... well, actually, this came out in April of 1967. Now, on December 10th of 1967, Otis Redding and 4 members of the Bar K's, guitarist Jimmy King, organist Ronnie Caldwell, saxophonist Phelan Jones, and drummer Carl Cunningham all perished when their airplane crashed into Lake Monona near Madison, Wisconsin. Now, there was the lone survivor was the trumpeter there, Ben Cawley. Well, I should say 2, the lone survivors. Ben Cawley, the trumpeter, and the bassist James Alexander was another on the plane. Now, they were scheduled for a concert in Madison, Wisconsin, and the unfortunate thing is 2 of them survived. and the others perished. Unfortunate thing for the great Otis Redding and members of the Bar-Kays. They are now Cauley and Alexander would rebuild the group and continue to record through the 1980s, but we remember them here on the Vinyltreasure Show. Let's continue here on the Vinyltreasure Show, and let's fill a request now for Edmund Williams, who is celebrating Mardi Gras down in New Orleans. It was interesting. I didn't notice it till just today that all his requests for, well, not all of them because I had a couple of leftovers, but all his requests were artists out of New Orleans. There was just one, the Gene Chandler, that I had left over. Even the Dixie Cups, I think they were originally from New Orleans too, if I'm not mistaken. But that wasn't intentional, unless he was going on a cruise. I think he said it was actually a cruise, and it was going to take them down to Mardi Gras, and then he was going somewhere else. But he's going to be listening on the road. But he texted me the other night, so he wanted to hear both sides of this 45. This singer from New Orleans, Louisiana, first recorded back in 1954 as a member of a 50s vocal group called the Blue Diamonds, and they recorded for Herman Lubinsky's Savoy Records, a song I have played on the Saturday night show. His name, Ernest K-Doe Jr. And in 1955, he went solo recording for Art Roop Specialty label out in California. Probably, though, best known for a 1961 national hit he had called Mother-in-Law, which came out on the Minute record label. But he had releases on many different labels during his career: Ember, Instant, Minute, Sansu, Janice, and this one on Don Robey's Duke record label. It's his second of 10 on the Duke label. It's a song he wrote. It's from April 65. This is going out to Edmund Williams, who was on the road down at Mardi Gras in New Orleans. This is Ernie K-Doe on Duke. It's called A Little Bit of Everything. Ernie K-Doe for Edmund.
Is everybody ready? Yeah! Say, oh yeah, yeah, yeah. 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 Come on. Say, oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. There's just a little bit of everything in Detroit City. They do not hitchhike. In New York City, they do not quit. In Philadelphia, PA, they do not swim. And all over the world, a little bit of everything. Everybody say, oh yeah, yeah, yeah. 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 It's just a little bit of everything. I'm gonna kick your TNT. Shake a tail, fella, baby. And all over the world, they do not stop. In Nashville, Tennessee, they do not stop. In Los Angeles, California, they do not Uncle Willie. Now everybody say, oh yeah, yeah, yeah. 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 Say, oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's just a little bit of everything. I gotta do a little bit of everything. It's party time. Just shout it, check it out.
It's April 1965 release there for Ernie K-Doe. Ernie K-Doe on the Duke record label. A Little Bit of Everything is by request for listener Edmund Williams, who is down in Louisiana celebrating Mardi. Is the Mardi Gras still on? I think it's still on. Isn't it on for about a week or so? Maybe they're done with it already and he's just down there. But I think he still told me he was on a cruise. But he also requested the flip side of the 45. So let's flip it over because it's an interesting sound by Ernie K-Doe. And it's a song he wrote. It's from April 65. This is the flip side of A Little Bit of Everything. From April 65 on Don Robey's Duke record label, Ernie K-Doe, by request for Edmund Williams. The song is called Someone.
Someone somewhere loves me, and I know there's some little girl out there tonight, Lord, really need me. Maybe in your city, might be in your town, but I know it's someone. I say there's someone wanna walk with me, and I know there's some little girl out there tonight who wanna talk to me. Maybe in your city, might be in your town, but I know it's someone. Yeah, 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 someone. I know there's some little girl in her heart what I feel, and feel like she need me. Oh, my, 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 someone. I said there's someone somewhere in this world loves me. Maybe it's you or you. Don't wanna need me right now. Maybe in your city, might be in this town, but I know it's someone. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Come on and try me. Try me. Wow. I'm falling on my knees. I'm begging you, baby, baby, please, 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 come on. I can't stand the pain.
Yeah, that's a sound you normally do not hear from Mr. Ernie K-Doe, but that is a cool ballad, I say, with chicks in the background there. Ernie K-Doe, that one there, the by request, that's a B-side there for Edmund Williams, April 1965 on the Duke record label. That's his second release on Duke. Someone is the name of the tune, a tune he wrote. Also wrote the flip side there that I played, A Little Bit of Everything. Johnny G doing a little bit of everything here on a Wednesday evening. Thank you all for being here. If you're new to the program, please consider subscribing to my YouTube channel. Now, you know, the last couple of weeks have been particularly terrible for lots of the artists of this music, unfortunately. We've been paying tribute to many that have passed away. Was Tommy Hunt, Jerry Butler, Roberta Flack, who am I missing? Robert John and someone else. But right before I went to bed last night, although I got an email from Jeff this morning, and which reminded me, I just saw before I went to bed, the founding member of the Friends of Distinction, his name Harry Elston, he passed away yesterday, March 4th, 2025, at the age of 86. So it is not good It just isn't, and it's just a sad, sad day when these things happen. Only because these records live in our minds forever. It's like, like something that you take for granted, that the person doing it, you can see them singing it on TV or on radio. And this was a 45 that my aunt purchased, but we're going to pay tribute to Harry Elston. He was the founding member of this group from Los Angeles, California, and he formed the group together with Floyd Butler, Jessica Claves, and Barbara Love. That was in 1968. A group that was, I don't know if they were discovered, but they were definitely managed by a football player, Mr. Jim Brown, the running back for the Cleveland Browns. He was the group's manager, and this is their first release. Came out. They signed with RCA Records. This was their first release, and it is a vocal remake of Hugh Masekela's instrumental, which I opened up the show last week with. It was a request for Busta Bass. He requested "Grazing in the Grass" by Hugh Masekela, and that was from 1968 on the Uni label. But I guess he put words to this because he gets writer credit, Harry Elston, and he's the lead singer too. This is produced by John Flores, arranged by Ray Cork Jr. This is Brian Korn saying that I'm getting bold. I am, although I did see copies of this on YouTube. So sometimes I get scared with big hits like this, but if I see it, but again, the thing I don't know is the ones that are posting here as creators on YouTube, if they're in another country, they can get away by posting it there, and they won't take it down here in the U.S., but the rules are different in different countries. So I can't tell if they're from the U.S. Even if I look at the profile, it doesn't say. But anyway, I'm going to play it. I'm going to test the waters here. This charted number 3 on Billboard, number 5 on the R&B chart, and this was a big hit in many places. Charlene's has a number 1 here on WUST in Bethesda, Maryland. As we remember, the late Harry Elston, who is also on lead on this. Let's go to February 1969 for the Friends of Distinction on RCA Records with their rendition of the tune "Grazin' in the Grass."
Watching as the world goes past. Baby, can you dig? There are so many great things to see by grazing in the grass.
is the debut single for the Friends of Distinction, February 1969, on the RCA record label. Grazin' in the Grass is the name of the tune, as it features a lead singer there, Harry Elston, the founding member of the Friends of Distinction, as we pay tribute as he passed away March 4th, 2025 at the age of 86. And that was their first release. And I remember my aunt bought that 45. I was I was born in 58, so I was 11 years old. What grade are you in, like 5th grade or 6th grade at the time? Because I remember I was in Morse school, and I brought in a transistor radio, was listening to that record there, and it brings back fond memories to your host, Johnny G. And that was this, the funny thing about it is everything is set up for mono, and that is a stereo single. I have another one that I may get to also that, again, you need a stereo needle to play it. It sounds so much better with a stereo needle, but I played it on the mono setup that I have. But anyway, they're great tune. Let us continue here on the Vinyltreasure Show. Let's fill a request now for listener Adrian Viterbo in our YouTube chat room. He is tuned into the program down in Mexico, so thank you for being here, Adrian. This gal, born in Detroit, Michigan, but she would relocate to Brooklyn, New York. Her real name is Rita Coleman. She had 7 releases in total. 3 were on the Redbird record label, 4 on the Parkway label, but never did she have a hit. But she recorded under the alias Rody Joy, and I guess this would be considered her first release. And I guess we can call it her biggest hit, because this did chart, but only number 86 on Billboard. But it was a big number 6 record on KCBQ, if you were listening in San Diego, California, from February 65, by request for Adrian Viterbo, Miss Rody Joy on Redbird Records, and her tune called Come Back Baby. This is for Adrian. There you go, that one there by request for listener Adrian Viterbo in our YouTube chat room. That's February 65 release there for Miss Rody Joy. Rody Joy on the Redbird record label. Comeback Baby is the name of the tune. Now we're going to have like a battle of the songs, because I remember when Adrian requested that one, I said, well, wait a minute, I also have this record by another group and who covered this tune, and their name, they were known as the Stoppers, Stoppers, and this was a 45 I picked up out in the wild for 10 cents. Can't go wrong buying records like this in the wild for 10 cents, and it's on a nice vinyl promo too. And this was a number 13 record on WILD in Boston, Massachusetts. Have a battle of the groups here. We just heard the original by Rody Joy. Let's give a listen to this version, this male group, the Stoppers, from March 66 on Jubilee Records, and their rendition of the tune, Comeback Baby.
La 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 la, 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 la 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 la. Baby, baby, it seems like a very long time since you go. The thought of you is messing up my mind. No, I treated you very good, did everything that a lover should. So come back, baby, come back, baby, come back to me. My heart still cries out for you. Are you going to do? Say that you have no one else. Could it be you still love me? But come back, baby, come back, baby, come back to me. Come on back, come back, baby, come back. No one else. Could it be you still love me? But come back, baby, come back, baby, come back to me. Come back, baby, come back, baby, come back to me. Come back, baby, come back, baby, come back to me.
Here you go. That was their comparison of tunes there. That is the, we'll call it a cover there, the Stoppers version from March 1966 on the Jubilee record label, their rendition of the tune Comeback Baby. Prior to that, you heard the original a year earlier, February 65, by Rody Joy on the Redbird label. She did it first. Comeback Baby is the name of the tune. Johnny G's here on a Wednesday. Thank you all for being here. If you're new to the program, please consider subscribing to my YouTube channel. Let us continue here. And let's fill a request here for listener Chris Reed in our YouTube chat room. Had this in the pile to play for a while. This singer originally from North Carolina, but he was raised in Philadelphia. First recording for Buddy Caldwell's V-Tone record label, also on the subsidiary Len Records, and also on Palm. All those labels owned by Buddy Caldwell out of Philadelphia. And they were all with vocal groups. And you can hear those tunes on a Saturday evening. So tune into the Vinyltreasure show this coming Saturday beginning at 9 p.m., 9 to midnight. I'll be here tomorrow afternoon beginning at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. 3 to 6 for the all 78 Show. So I got one from 1932, I think, or is it 37? I can't remember. But anyway, so this is on the Swan record label. Tune written by Wallace Osborne and James Griffin. This one released in June of 1964. Let's give a listen to Herb Johnson. Herb Johnson on the Swan label. It's called Two Steps Ahead, parentheses, of a Woman. This is going out to Chris Reed. This is Herb Johnson. Go. He's telling you guys a story. There he is. That's June 1964. By request for listener Chris Reed. That's Herb Johnson on the Swan record label out of Philadelphia. Two Steps Ahead, parentheses, of a Woman is the name of the tune. He has other releases also too, folks, on the Arctic label, on Tyler Records, on Toxin, and also on Brunswick, recording through 1968. Johnny G here on a Wednesday. Let's fill a request for Gary McLinden in our YouTube chat room. This gal, one of the original ladies of R&B, goes way, way back. First recording for the Atlantic record label back in 49? Her real name, Ruth Weston. She had about 44 releases between the years 1949 and 1961 on Atlantic Records, but this is on an oddball label. I forget where I found this. I bought this from actually 2 copies. And so I found one. They were down in the notes. So what happened was, on a lot of your requests, who was it? Ron Harry. I told you last night. So I was looking for a Eddie Floyd record. Okay, so when I tell you, when you guys and gals send me your requests, I look in that Ken Clee 3-ring binder and I see if it's checked off. So I'm picking you out, Ron, but I said I had this checked off, so I have all these boxes down in the basement not by label, by artists. And there were about, 6 boxes of about 200 records, all mixed up with artists with the letter F. So last night late, So I told my mother, I said, Mom, you want to do me a favor? You want to help me look through some of these records? So I was looking for two. Actually she helped me look for a couple. One of them was the instrumental opener we opened up with, which was up here. It wasn't down in the basement. So I don't really know where they are. They could be anywhere. So she was looking through. She found a couple, but they were the hits. I said, wait a minute. I pulled out Eddie Floyd's records because I have a whole bunch on the Stax label, and I couldn't find them. Up here, I'm looking. So where did I put them? Like, I got a whole pile over there of Wilson Pickett, and I think it was Edmund requested a Lee Dorsey record, and it wasn't filed. Of course, I got a pile like this of Lee Dorsey records, but I did find it eventually, so it's here. But I eventually found this. This was in the B box, Ruth Brown. And again, it wasn't in my 50s stash, it was in my 60s stuff, because this release is what? From November of 69. This is a late one. So I remember when I bought this record, one of my, I used to buy 45s. He would wholesale them to me. Had a barn full of records. His name was Mike Layton. He may be tuned into the program, Mike. You don't contact me, but he had a barn full of 45s, and I think he let them all go. They were $300. I think I bought them all, and they came out to pennies. But he had multiple copies of records in varying conditions, and there were 2 copies of this. So I found I found one, and it would look pretty clean. So I cleaned it and I brought it up here. So I'm kind of testing the records and whatnot. So it's not playing. It has like a little edge warp, and it won't play, and it was pissing me off. So I said, I got to go back down last minute and find the other copy. I did. It's not as clean, but I found it, so we're going to play it. That's Johnny G's life here, looking for the 45s. It's tough, folks, because I'm pulling the records out and you're filing them back. It's not like having an MP3 to drop and drag. It's hard. And if you have a lot of records like I do, it becomes overwhelming sometimes. But I get to it. With Charlene's help, I get to it. So anyway, let's fill a request for Gary McLinden for Ruth Weston. This is on Norman Schwartz's Sky label, SKYE Records, out of New York City. And this is actually a cover tune. This song, first done back in 1968 by Gene Wells. Did I play a Gene Wells record for Busta Bass maybe not too long ago? I don't know if it was this. This tune written by Clyde Otis, Dorian Burton, and Rosemarie McCoy. And it's from November of 69, and this is by request for Gary McLinden, Miss Ruth Brown from 1969 on the Sky label. It's called Try Me and See. This is for Gary.
Try me and see. If you don't believe I'm a lover, all you gotta do is just try me. Before you go one step further, all you have to do is just try me. I ain't bragging, I ain't lying, I gotta give for satisfying. I'm the 7th daughter of a 7th son. When it comes to loving, I'm number one. Try me and see. Yeah, get your nerves together, baby. Come on over here, just try me. Ain't no ifs, ands, or maybe. All you have to do is just try me. I take it easy, I play it cool. I know enough tricks to start a school. You need loving, that's what I got. And once you're in, no popping out. Oh, try me. Try me and see. I'm a connoisseur of swinging time. I specialize in satisfying. Ain't no girl can beat me yet.
go. By request, Johnny G losing his mind there. That's going out to Gary McLinden there. That's Ruth Brown, a late one by her from November of 1969 on the Sky record label. Try Me and See is the name of the tune. Try Johnny G and see. Yes, tell your friends about this program here as we continue to, this show continues in popularity. So thank you all for being here. Give me a thumbs up if you enjoy what you're hearing. This is our first of 3 shows during the week here. We're on YouTube. We're also live on Oldies and More Radio. Let us continue here. Let's fill a request for listener David Silberg in our YouTube chat room as we head to Detroit, Michigan for this artist. You know him. First recording for the Dominoes back in the 1950s. Actually, he replaced Clyde McPhatter when Clyde McPhatter left to create the Drifters, and he would have over 60 releases as a solo effort for the Brunswick record label. And he was also known as Mr. Excitement. Talking about Jackie Wilson, had a big hit with his first release called Lonely Teardrops. That's back in 1958. But David requested his 18th release for the Brunswick record label. This tune written by Billy Miles. Of course, Billy Miles had a hit with a song called The Joker. Came out on the Ember record label. When was that? Like 1956 or 57 on Ember Records. But this charted number 34 on Billboard, was a big number 8 record on KIMN. If you were listening in Denver, Colorado, from December 1961 for David Silberg. This is Jackie Wilson. It's called The Greatest Hurt. This is for David.
The greatest hurt the heart will ever know is when the one you love says she can't love you anymore. The pain that you feel is too much to conceal as she slowly turns and walks towards the door. Yes, the saddest words to ever reach the heart are those cold final words just before the teardrops start. You wonder, yes you do, what's left in life for you when the pain begins to burn in your heart. Then somewhere deep down inside you search to defend your pride. But all that you find deep down inside you are reflected by the tears that fill your eyes. You wanna speak, but words don't seem to flow. You wanna call me, baby, baby, please don't go, don't go. But then, without a sigh, she bids that last goodbye. Then she turns away and walks out the door. Oh, oh, the greatest hurt, the greatest hurt, the greatest hurt the heart has ever known.
Yeah, that's the great Jackie Wilson there by request for David Silberg in our YouTube chat room. December 1961, that's his 18th release on the Brunswick record label. Lots of great tunes by that man, Jackie Wilson. It's called The Greatest Hurt. Johnny G, sometimes my knees hurt me. I don't know if that's the greatest hurt. Maybe a kidney stone possibly might have been Johnny G's greatest hurt as we continue here on a Wednesday evening. And actually, this one relates to Warren Russell in our YouTube chat. So a couple weeks ago, maybe it was longer than that, Warren sends me an email on records that he'd like to hear on the program. So I said, well, wait a minute. I do have a record by this singer from Harlem named Sammy Hawkins. So I know I have one on May, but I wasn't sure which one. So I said, I got to look for it. So I went looking through my H boxes. I said, oh, I found it, but only to find out that it wasn't the one that Warren requested. So Warren, I don't know if you know this one by him, but I figured I'd feature it for you anyway. But he began recording for George Goldner's Gone Records back in 1958. He then signed with Decca Records, and there were groups that were backing him up on many of his releases. I think he had 6 on the Decca label. Then I think on End and Arnold, and he did 2 on this label, May. Now, I think Warren requested his first. This was his second. This is produced by Jack Lewis from April of 63. And I'll send it out to Warren anyway. Then I got one of Warren's requests coming up. This is Sammy Hawkins on the May record label. It's called Are These... Is that right? Yes. Are These Really Mine? This is Sammy Hawkins.
The lips that I dream about, the arms I can't do without, the smile that makes the sun come out and shine. Oh, tell me, darling, darling. Oh, tell me, darling, darling. Tell me that these that makes me go weak, the face like Mona Lisa in design. Oh, tell me, darling, darling. Oh, tell me, darling, darling. Come on and tell me that these are really mine. Just sigh, telling me she loves you, she loves you, oh how she loves you. And inside of me something keeps crying, crying for you to say that it's so true. I've longed to be the love that goes right to my head like wine. Oh, tell me, darling, darling. Oh, tell me, darling, darling. Come on and tell me that these are really mine. Oh, tell me that your lips I dream about really mine. Oh, tell me that your
That's April 63 release there for Sammy Hawkins. Sammy Hawkins is second of two on the May record label. I don't have his first one. I have his other releases, but not his first of this. Are These Really Mine is the name of the tune, and he has other releases. I think I also have him on Shell. He's on Epic, and also on the Blue Cat labels. I do have those 45s. And this is all worth $1 that Johnny G paid for that 45. I think it's well worth $1. Let us continue here on the Vinyltreasure Show. Now, this is a request for listener Warren Russell, as he requested this group out of San Diego, California, and they are doing a cover of the Richard Berry and the Pharaohs release from 1960. First came out in the Flip record label, a tune that Richard Berry wrote. This is produced by Chuck Dougherty. Did I say that right? Daugherty. It's arranged by George Semper. Let me see, what does this say? George Semper, who recorded on Acclaim in 62. Who did that? George Semper, Charlene? But anyway, let me see. Okay, here we go. It's arranged by George Semper, who recorded for Acclaim Records in 1962, and later with the Kingsmen in 1963 on Sanyo, and then with the Chessmen on Chess Records in 1966. But here he is with this group called the Imperialites, which came out in January of 64. And this guy, George Semper, he was a member. Other members of this group were Robert Forson, who also was in the Chessmen, and he also recorded for Fortson and he also recorded for the Pizzazz label in 68. And a third member of this group was Walter Scott. Well, I know he recorded for Pizzazz Records, and he is doing lead on this. This charted number 33 on KRLA in Los Angeles, California, from January 64. They were called the Imperialites, I guess named after this label, Imperial Records. And their rendition of the tune, Have Love Will Travel. This is for Warren Russell.
Depend on me. I've got to find a girl to satisfy me. And love, will travel. And love, will travel. All right, let's go get 'em right now. I might fly by night, I might fly by day. However I go, I'm going your way. You can be sure, depend on me. I've got to find a girl to satisfy me. Have love, will travel. Have love, will travel. Oh, here we go. I let her be and I want to go travel. I need George Miami. I look out my home, San Diego. My hometown.
you go. They're called the Imperialites. That's by request for listener Warren Russell in our YouTube chat room. And that is Walter Scott on lead, January 64 release on the Imperial record label, doing the Richard Berry tune, Have Love Will Travel, as we continue here on a Wednesday evening. And let's go back to Philadelphia this time. A request for listener Frank Gingaro wants to send this one out to listener Bob Bosco, both fans of Sounds of Philadelphia. Now, many of you are familiar with this group out of Philly. They were known as the Silhouettes. They had a big hit with their debut single, a song called Get a Job. Now, Bill Horton, he was the lead singer of the group, but he, along with a member, Ray Edwards, left the group to pursue other things, not singing. Although Horton did record a solo effort, the group continued without the lead, and those releases from 62 and later, which came out on Grand Imperial, Junior, Goodway, and this tune, feature John Wilson on lead. And they recorded as the New Silhouettes also. This is on the Jamie record label out of Philadelphia. I'm going to play both sides of this 45. This is from March of 1967. By request for Frank Gingari, wants to send this one out to listener Bob Bosco. The New Silhouettes on Jamie Records. It's called We Belong Together. There you go. By request there for Frank Gingaro. Wants to send that one out to listener Bob Bosco. That's a great sound there. By the New Silhouettes, March 1967 release on the Jamie record label. That's John Watson on lead. We Belong Together is the name of the tune. Now, I think that was the... We're going to flip it over, too, because the other side's good, too. This was the... that's two... That was actually the B-side, which is pretty good, I have to say. This is the intended A-side here. and that Frank mentioned also. Wants to send this one out to Bob Bosco. Now, this is a Oscar Hammerstein and Richard Rodgers pen tune. This is the flip side of We Belong Together. Gotta say hello to Rhonda Lee in our YouTube chat rooms. Hello, Rhonda. Welcome to the Vinyltreasure Show. Let's continue. And let's flip over that We Belong Together by the New Silhouettes from March 67. You get their rendition of the tune Climb Every Mountain. These are the New Silhouettes.
Climb every mountain, stood high and low, follow every byway, every path you know. Climb every mountain, baby. Whatever stream, won't you cross every stream that you see now? Follow every rainbow till you find your dream. One thing that will mean all along you can be every day of your life, for as long as you live, now climb every mountain, every stream, follow every rainbow till you find your dream. Oh, my darling, baby, 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 come on, my little darling, come on back home to me now. I never, 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 never will forget you. Please, 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 find a dream in me.
Yeah, called the New Silhouettes, requested by Frank Gingaro, sending it out to Bob Bosco, March 67. Their rendition of the tune Climb Every Mountain, that one there on the Jamie record label out of Philadelphia. We heard the B-side prior to that called We Belong Together. Yes, we do. Hope you're digging on the cool tunes here on the Vinyltreasure Show as we continue here. And let's fill a request now for listener Busta Bass in our YouTube chat room. This next artist was born in Cochran, Georgia, first recording for the Selma label back in 1963 with a group called the Delmiras. Other releases followed on Dade, Reed, Dial, Wand, and Deep City. What, Fillet of Soul? These are much later, Charlene. Taster Records, oh, maybe not. And Busta requested this one on Henry Stone and Steve Alamo's Alston label, which was out of Florida. He had 20 releases on the label. This was his second, a song he co-wrote with Willie Clark. This is produced by Brad Shapiro and Steve Alamo, and it was his biggest hit. Number 40 on the Billboard chart, number 7 on the R&B chart, and a big number 1 record on WRBD if you were listening in Fort Lauderdale, Florida from May 1969. Going out to Busta Bass in our YouTube chat room, Mr. Clarence Reed. Clarence Reed on the Alston label. It's called Nobody But You, Babe, for Busta. Yeah, liking that one there in the YouTube chat room by request. For listener Busta Bass, May 69, that's Clarence Reed. Clarence Reed on the Elston record label. What did I say? That's his second of 20 on the Elston label. Nobody But You, Babe is the name of the two. Nobody But Johnny G here on a Wednesday. Thank you all for being here, listening to these cool 60s 45s. If you like this, what you're hearing, please consider subscribing to my YouTube channel. Tell your friends about it. Click that bell so you get notifications when Johnny G goes live. And give me a thumbs up if you enjoy what you're hearing. This is the first show of the week. I'll be back tomorrow afternoon at 3 p.m. with 78s from the 1940s into the 1950s. I play those records by year, so you can see how the music progresses. I do the same thing on Saturday night also. Get all your requests. Play some really rare records on that Saturday night show also. But we're in the soul vein for tonight, and this is a great B-side here. This is a request for listener Edmund Williams. I told you he's requesting lots of these artists out of New Orleans, Louisiana, and the Mardi Gras has ended, but that doesn't mean we can't stop playing artists from the Mardi Gras city, New Orleans. And this artist I mentioned from New Orleans, Louisiana, first began recording back in 1960 for the Minute record label, but he would have his biggest hit in 1966 on George Davis's Parlo label. I'm sure many of you know the tune was a 45 my aunt purchased called Tell It Like It Is. I think that was a big #1 record for him, a national hit for him, on this small Parlo label, which contracted it out to get it pressed up. It's very hard to find this on a nice vinyl press, but I did, and not for a lot of money either. Well, this record is around, but I'm happy to have a nice clean copy on hard vinyl. But did you ever flip the 45 over, which is a big northern tune, the flip side of this? And who was it? I forget who. Somebody in the UK requested it one night, but I've played it anyway because my aunt would play both sides of her 45s, and she had this record. It's written by the label owner George Davis, who was also a musician. He played guitar, bass and sax and oboe, and another singer-songwriter by the name of Lee Diamond, who also wrote this side. They both wrote this side and the hit side. So let's go to October of 1966 with a B-side, To Tell It Like It Is, the first of 3 on the Parlo label for Aaron Neville. This is for Edmund Williams on vacation with his lovely wife. Aaron Neville with Why Worry for Edmund.
There's no need for you to worry about anything. Who can say what the future's gonna bring? If you worry about tomorrow, it will only bring you sorrow. Go out and have a good time. Things will be better. You
As going out to listener Edmund Williams. I like that record a lot. I do. There you go. The great sound of Aaron Neville. Aaron Neville, that is a B-side, the flip side of Tell It Like It Is. A song entitled Why Worry, as Johnny G is losing his place here. This from October 66 on the Parlo record label. His first of three now. Big Dave Swinger says he has 6 different variations of that with the colors and the print, etc. But that was a monster hit for Aaron Neville, and that's a great one there for Edmund Williams. Let's continue here. Fill a request for listener David Silberg. This guy, how about this gal from a Tuscadero, California, and first recording for Bob Keene's Donna record label. And I haven't played that song Echo that she does from 1962, but she was also a member of the 4Js, recorded for the 4J record label with her sister Patrice in 1963. And of course she also has some duets, one with Hal Davis and another one with Robert Jackson, as they were called the Soulmates, and the other one was with she was called Hal and Brenda. But she also recorded for Berry Gordy Jr.'s Tamla record label. We haven't been featuring lots of Motown tonight. Maybe that's why the copyright police have not been around, but take your pick. What do you think the copyright police are going to show up now? They may. But anyway, she signed with Berry Gordy Jr. in early 1964, and this is the B-side to her debut single. I don't know if I'm going to play the A-side because maybe the police will come out, the copyright police will come out and get me. But anyway, let's give a listen to the B-side that David requested, her first of 10, and it's a song she wrote. This was produced by Hal Davis and Mark Gordon. It was the flip of her debut single called Every Little Bit Hurts. Let's go to March of 1964 for the great sound of Brenda Holloway. Brenda Holloway on the Tamla label for David Silberg. It's called Land of 1,000 Boys. Brenda Holloway. B-sides here on the Vinyltreasure Show. There you go. That is Brenda Holloway. That is the B-side to Every Little Bit Hurts. It's called Land of a Thousand Boys from March 1964 on Berry Gordy Jr.'s Tamla record label. That goes out to listener David Silberg. Let us continue here. Let's go to this next singer out of Houston, Texas. You all know this singer. This is a request for UK listener Mark McHugh. His name, Johnny Nash. Started recording back in 1956 for ABC Paramount Records. Had a couple of national hits during his career. In 1968 on his Jad label with Hold Me Tight. Then in 1972 for Epic Records with I Can See Clearly Now. I think those were his two biggest hits. Here's one from September 67. He recorded for the MGM record label. Have a few releases. I don't know how many, Charlene. I know more than two on MGM. But this tune, produced by Mickey Stevenson from September of 1967, going out to Mark McHugh in the UK. This is Johnny Nash. It's called, in parentheses, I'm So, and then it's Glad You're My Baby. This is for Mark McHugh.
His own way. He's got to face this hungry world every day. Yeah. But if he's got a sweet woman by his side, life ain't so hard. That is why I'm so glad. Yes, I am. I'm so glad you're my baby. I'm so glad. You go, no, no. Darling, you bring me sunshine every day. Yes, you do, baby. You brighten my life in every way. Oh, just loving you frees me, so I have to take you in my arms and let you know that I'm you go. You know, loving a sweet girl like you makes it all worthwhile. Yeah. And I know that no matter what happens, no matter what troubles come my way, I can face them all with a smile. And listen, baby, oh, I've got to keep you satisfied, 'cause I've got to keep you by my side. And I'm so glad, oh yeah, I'm so happy you're my baby. Deep down inside, I'm glad, and I'm never gonna let you go. Now everybody help me say yeah. Say yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. Ooh-wee. I'm so glad, so glad, so glad, so glad you're my baby. I'm so glad, deep down in my soul, baby.
As going out to UK listener Mark McHugh, Johnny Nash there, September 1967, worth every penny of the 46 cents that I paid for that in this bulk deal. Lots of great records like that in the deal. Johnny Nash on the MGM record label. I'm so glad you're my baby. Johnny G, so glad that you're here on the Vinyltreasure show on this Thursday. How about Wednesday evening, Johnny? Well, it's almost Thursday. Not quite. I got 78s on my mind as we continue with the 45s. Fill a request now for Adrian Viterbo in our YouTube chat room. Gotta ask Big Dave Swinger if he came across a copy of this record. This group out of Louisville, Kentucky. They had 2 releases on the Holt Records, which was also out of Louisville, Kentucky. Now, somebody asked me if I had their second release, which I do not. Would have to say it's much harder than this release, but this is not an easy record to find. Now, the group included Leroy Philip Mitchell. He was the lead singer, and he wrote this tune. Other members were Earl Gilliam, second tenor, William McQuinter, the bass, Curtis T.C. Wiggins, a first tenor, formerly of the R&B group Little Pete and the Youngsters, it's not on Derby City, Charlotte. What is that, Charlie? I don't know what that is. Oh, these were all, let me see. First tenor of the R&B group Little Pete and the Youngsters on Derby City. I don't think it was on Derby City. It was on another label. That's not Derby City. Wiggins, McCorder, and Gilliam were in the Heartbreakers on Miracle, and Wiggins was in the Heartbreakers on Derby City. I don't even know what Derby City label is. I just can't think of it. The lead singer on this is Philip Mitchell, and he also recorded as Prince Phillips. He was 14 years old when he recorded this. I mean, there's a lot of stuff on this thing, if I remember when I tried to research this record, but I don't know what I wrote there, if I wrote that, Charlene. This is from 1964. Either way, they're called the Checkmates. Actually, it says the Checkmates and the Epics. So Big Dave Swinger, if you can shed any light on this, please do. But I know I did not get this for $1, I can tell you that much. But this is by request for Adrian Viterbo, the Checkmates on Holt Records. The song is called The Count. This is for Adrian.
He's a kind. What does that amount? Because I'm king of hearts and king of kings. And Lord, your majesty, and I'd love to share along with that paradise. No doubt we can make it from here. Now, count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. 6, 7, 8, 9. Before you fall in love again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I know you're gonna count. Lovely dukedom, that's how he caught his Duchess of Earl. The Duke, the spider, she a flying his web. She was forced to be his girl. Now, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I know you're gonna count now. I'm king of hearts and king of kings, and Lord, your majesty, and I'd love to share along with that paradise. No doubt we're gonna
There you go. That one there going out to a listener, Adrian Viterbo. That's not an easy record to find, I can tell you that much. I got that one out of Greg's collection, I will admit that. But there you go. That's the Checkmates being backed up by a band called the Epics from 1964. This group related to Little Pete and the Youngsters that recorded for the Leslie label. That's what it should be, Leslie Records. But this is on the Halt label. It's called The Count is the name of the tune. But they have another one. Bob Hannes requested it on my 50s show, but I thought I had it. I do not have it. I've never seen a copy of the record. It was hard enough to get this copy. Anyway, there you go for Adrian Viterbo. As we continue here on the Vinyltreasure show, as I've been paying tribute to many of the singers that have passed on today. We featured the lead of the Friends of Distinction, and another singer that I've also been featuring over the last few shows, even on the Saturday night show, was Tommy Hunt. He passed away on February 12th of 2025, and he was originally from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, first a member of the Five Echoes that recorded for the Sabre label, then a member of the Flamingos on Decca, and on the last show, we played a request for listener Bill Olb, his debut singles on Scepter called Human. But I have another one on the Scepter label. It's the A-side of his fourth release on the Scepter label. Now, interesting thing with this song. Now, I saw this on 45 Cat Read, and I thought it was pretty interesting. Now, Anthony Reichart, I think he has a YouTube site also with some cool information on lots of great records. He mentions, now prior to this song coming out, the backing track and the background vocals were used with a different title and lyrics to a song on the Scepter label that came out by Lonnie Satin, and it was called Who's Gonna Mention My Name, which came out on Scepter 1229, which I think I have. I should probably have pulled it out to play, but I saw this much too late, right before I did the show, because I didn't tell Charlene I was playing this record. But on this Tommy Hunt recording, and this is according to Anthony, there's a faint sound of Lonnie's voice, his original voice, in the opening note can be heard leaking through just before Tommy begins his opening note. And the other odd thing is, on the first release by Lonnie Satin, it came out as the composer as being Luther Dixon. He was credited on the Lonnie single. And on this side that came out by Tommy Hunt, it credits Van McCoy and Florence Green, who I think is really Florence Greenberg, who owned the Scepter label. But either way, we're going to give it a spin here. The late Tommy Hunt from July 62 on the Scepter label. It's called Didn't I Tell You, Tommy Hunt.
Didn't I tell you he was not the guy for you? And didn't I tell you he'd break your heart in two? I tried to make you see, but oh no, you wouldn't listen to me. Now what I told you has all come true, and now you come back to the one who really loves you. Didn't I tell you that he was just a playboy? And didn't I tell you that he'd use your heart for a toy? My advice you didn't want to hear. You had to find out the hard way, dear. Now you paid your dues with a million tears. Tell me, did he lie? Yes, he did. Did he make you cry? Yes, he did. Did you find his love?
go. That's the late Tommy Hunt. Tommy Hunt from July 62. That's his fourth release on the Scepter label. Didn't I Tell You is the name of the tune as we remember the late Tommy Hunt. Didn't I tell you to subscribe to my YouTube channel? I hope you would consider doing that. So thank you all for being here this evening. This is really the only time I get to enjoy my 45s. If you can tell, I'm trying to hide it. But let us continue here. Let's fill a request now for listener Joseph Smith, a.k.a. Oldies Fan, in our YouTube chat room. Another singer that has passed away and has left us, the late Jerry Butler, the lead singer of the Impressions originally. He passed away on February 20th, 2025, also known as the Iceman. He was sometimes called the Iceman. And he went solo in 1959, recording for Vivian Carter's VJ record label, I should say subsidiary, Falcon and Abner, but he would move over to the parent label in 1960, would have 27 releases on VJ Records through 1966. Now, Joseph requested his third release, and this is a song he wrote together with Curtis Mayfield. This charted number 27 on Billboard, 21 on Cashbox, number 10 on the R&B chart, and a big number 2 record on WUST out of Bethesda, Maryland. Let's go to February of 61 for the late Jerry Butler on VJ Records, going out to Oldies Fan in our YouTube chat room. It's called Find Another Girl, Jerry Butler.
Find yourself another girl who will love you, true, true, true. Find yourself another girl. Save her love and kisses just for you. Save her love and kisses just for you. Well, the very first time I fell in love, got my heart broken there. People would say when I passed their way, there's a hurt young man going there, an unhappy lad going there. Well, one day my mother called me to her side. Son, why are you so blue? Mother, I've lost the girl that I love. Why don't you tell me what to do? Mother, won't you tell me what to do? Well, she said, find yourself another girl who will love you, true, true, true. Find yourself another girl. Save her love and kisses just for you. Ooh, save her love and kisses just for you. I can imagine how you feel, my son, but throw it out of your mind. I'm gonna tell you kind of truthfully, true love is hard to find sometimes. It's kind of hard to find. But forget about that girl that broke your heart and try to start anew. For if there was a guy for her, there's got to be a girl somewhere for you. Got to be a girl somewhere for you. You just go on and find yourself another girl who will love you, true, true, true. Find yourself another girl. Save her love and kisses just for you. Save all her love for nobody but you. Well, woo, another love. Woo, another love. Woo, another love.
That's the late Jerry Butler there, by request for listener Oldies Fan, a.k.a. Joseph Smith, from February 61 on the VJ record label. Find Another Girl is the name of the tune. That's his third release on the VJ record label, but in 1966 he would sign with Mercury Records. He would have 32 releases on the Mercury label through 1974. And let's fill a request now for listener Busta Bass as we do a twin spin on the Iceman. We're going to move up 8 years now from 1961 to May of 1969, and Busta requested his 12th release on the Mercury label, a tune he co-wrote, written by he co-wrote together with Kenny Gamble and Leon Huff. They also produced it, arranged by Bobby Martin and Tom Bell. Now, this charted number 24 on Billboard, number 3 on the R&B chart, and this was a big number 1 record on WQXI in, that's got to be Atlantic, Georgia? Can't be I, because Charlene's got TIC. I guess there's an Atlantic, Georgia. I don't know. Double check from May 69. Going out to Busta Bass in our YouTube chat room, Mr. Jerry Butler, the Iceman on the Mercury label. Let's give a listen to his tune. It's called Moody Woman for Busta Bass.
I get the feeling that you really miss me. Girl, I can't stand it when you start acting funny and look at me like I'm bugging you, honey. Oh, moody woman, you change like the weather. Moody woman, but you got it together. Moody, moody, moody woman, I love you. You bet your life I do. Oh, the ride is the spice of life. Yes, the pain makes the pleasure nice. You make my day when you say you need me, but that's no way to play when you say you're gonna leave me. Moody woman, oh, I love you. Moody woman, I think the world of you. Moody, moody, moody woman, I love you. You bet your life I do. Oh, baby, you can be impossibly smart. You know you can, girl. But I know you love me. You think the world of me. And you got a great big heart. People tell me that love is blind. Oh, it ain't no love that's blind as mine. And though I have to suffer when you're feeling blue, my life would be much tougher if I didn't have you. Oh, Moody baby, I know all about you. Moody woman, can't live without you. Moody, 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 the woman I love you. You bet your life I do. Oh, moody woman, you know I love you. A moody woman, I think the world of you. You've been my whole life. Moody woman, I don't wanna leave you. A moody baby, you know that I need you. Why don't you let me love you, moody woman? I just wanna squeeze you. Moody woman, you know that I need you. Now when you say you do,
There you go. That's a twin spin there with Mr. Jerry Butler, the Iceman. That one there by request for listener Busta Bass, May 1969. The Iceman there on the Mercury record label with Moody Woman, since we're talking about women and moody women, to say the least. I decided to play this record for Edmund Williams. And again, it involves a woman. And I lost my place here, Johnny. I'm too excited. This singer from New Orleans, Louisiana, his biggest hit was actually had 2 hits. In 1961, originally on the Fury label, a song called Ya Ya, sitting here ya ya waiting for my, no, sitting here la la waiting for my ya ya. That was 1961. Then in 1966 on the Amy label, a song called Workin' in the Coal Mine. So he went from a ya-ya to the coal mine. And that was on the Amy label. His real name, Irving Lee Dorsey, but he recorded as Lee Dorsey. Now, Edwin requested his 3rd release on the Amy label, had 17 in all on Amy. This is his 3rd. This song written and arranged by Alan Tucson. And he would leave Fury in early 1963. He would, I think he had a release on Smash and then 2 on Constellation before he signed with the Sammy label, by the way. But since we're talking about a moody woman, what can you do to a moody woman if they're in your car, okay? So it's from December of 65. This is by request for Edmund Williams, Lee Dorsey, on the Amy record label. It's called Get Out of My Life, Woman. Lee Dorsey going out to Edmund Williams. There you go with the Moody Woman.
Get out of my life, woman. You don't love me no more. Get out of my life, woman. You don't love me no more. Get out of my life, woman. You don't love me no more. No. Get out my eyes, teardrop. I've got to see my way around. Get out my eyes, teardrop. I've got to see my way around. Yeah. Get out my life, heartache. Nothing but a heartache by the pound. Get off my ladder, woman. I got to climb up to the top. Get off my ladder, woman. I've got to climb up to the top. Oh. Get off my ladder, woman. And there is nothing gonna make me stop. Get out my way, woman. I've got to be moving on. Get out the way, woman. I've got to be moving on. Yeah. Get out the way, woman. I've got to be moving on. Yeah. Get out my life, woman. You don't love me no more.
There you go. That one there going out to Edmund Williams. That's what you do when you have a moody woman. You say, "Get out of my life, woman," is the name of the tune. December 65 release for Lee Dorsey. Lee Dorsey, his third release on the Amy label. Get out of my life, woman is the name of the tune. And we continue here. Let's go to Grand Rapids, Michigan for this next group. They had 2 releases on the Palmer record label. And this is, I think, their more desirable 45. I found this in the wild for $1. You really can't go wrong spending $1 for this 45. It's a tune written by Richard Popcorn Wiley and Tony Hess. This charted regionally. This was number 13 on WLAV, which was out of Grand Rapids, Michigan, where the group was from, you would think of it. They're second of 2 on Palmer Records. Let's give a listen to The People's Choice. The People's Choice. This is the group from Grand Rapids. There was another group. I forget where they were from. Maybe Philly. I don't know. But definitely not Grand Rapids. April 67, The People's Choice on Palmer Records. It's called Savin' My Lovin' for You. The People's Choice.
I'm gonna put it on a shelf.
It's April 67, released there for the People's Choice. The People's Choice on the Palmer record label. That's their second of two. An in-demand record for those Northern Soulers that collect over in the UK. It's called Savin' My Lovin' For You is the name of the tune. Let us continue here on the All 60s edition. Again, if you have a request, you can send it to me at vinyltreasures@aol.com. That is the best way to get me your request. If I have the 45, I'll play it. I have to find it. I'm looking for a bunch of requests. I will find them, folks, eventually, so you need to bear with Johnny G as I try to get my 60s collection in order, and also the 50s too. But I will find them eventually. You need to send me more than one, though, so I can select from them. So I can play multiple requests by you guys and gals on this show, because I'll just continue with it. But the Saturday show, I can only take one because I get so many. I think so. It kind of worked out okay on that show. So I'm not playing them by year. So I have a little bit of leeway. I get through what I get through. When we get tired here, we'll just go. But let us continue, as it's not even the midnight yet. So we are here on Oldies and More Radio, also live on the YouTube stream. So tell your friends about this show, and please give me a thumbs up if you enjoy what you're hearing, and email me. Disc jockeys love to get emails and letters from their listeners. I know most of the people do not have the time to do that, but I do read each and every one, and I try to answer them all. I do. Let us continue here, and let's fill a request for George Chestnut. Running out of your request, George, but he requested the Godfather of Soul, his 74th release. I think this is, if Charlene counted right, his 74th release on the King record label. And he wrote this tune and produced it. This charted number 20 on the Billboard chart, number 3 on the R&B chart, and a big number 1 record if you were listening to WJMO out of Cleveland, Ohio. Let's go to January of 1969 by request for George Chestnut, Mr. James Brown. James Brown. The song is called, it's a long title, I Don't Want Nobody to Give Me Nothing, parentheses, Open Up the Door, I'll Get It Myself, Part 1 for George Chestnut.
I don't want nobody to give me nothing. Open up the door, I'll get it myself. I don't want nobody to give me nothing. Open up the door, I'll get it myself. I don't want nobody to give me nothing. Open up the door, I'll get it myself. Do you hear me? I don't want nobody to give me nothing. Open up the door, I'll get it myself. Don't give me integration, give me true communication. Don't give me sorrow, I want equal opportunity to live tomorrow. Give me schools and give me better books, so I can read about myself and gain my true looks. I don't want nobody to give me nothing. Open up the door, I'll get it myself. Do you hear me now? I don't want nobody to give me nothing. Open up the door, I'll get it myself. Some of us try as hard as we can. We don't want no sympathy, we just wanna be a man. I don't want nobody to give me nothing. Open up the door, I'll get it myself. Do you hear me? I don't want nobody to give me nothing. Open up the door, I'll get it myself. We got talents we can use on our side of town. Let's get our heads together and build it up from the ground. When some of us make money, we forget about our people. Ha. Better forget about a honey. Forget about a honey. Look here now. Look here. Hey!
you go. That one there going out to listener George Chestnut. That is the godfather of soul, Mr. James Brown. January 69 release. The Copyright Police came out on that tune there on Sid Nathan's King Records, although I don't know if you own them by this time. Maybe they were sold to Star Day. I don't know, but when that happened. But that was his 74th release on the King record label. Lots of releases there. I don't want nobody. I don't want nobody to give me nothing, parentheses, open up the door, I'll get it myself. That's part one. There is a part two, but I dare not tempt the Copyright Police. Let's continue here. I had this one filed to play for a number of weeks, but we're going to play it now. This was actually a request for his You Don't Like My Music. He came into the chat room, so maybe they changed the name. I don't know. Maybe they came in and changed their name, but that's possible. But I played the flip of this on the October 2nd of last year, so it's been sitting in the box this long, called I Got Mine, Better Get Yours. This group, I think they're out of Philadelphia. They're called the Sapphires, recorded for the Swan record label. This was their third of four, tune written by Kenny Gamble and Jerry Ross. Actually, they wrote both sides of the 45, so let's flip it over. This is arranged by Kenny Gamble and Joe Ranzetti. It features Carol Jackson on lead. From March 64, by request for You Don't Like My Music, these are the Sapphires with I Found Out Too Late. The Sapphires. The sound of the Sapphires there. Copyright Police out for that record too, by the way. I'm looking for some information here. I can't seem to find it. Charlene, where did I put the Jive Five information? Honey and the Bees. I can't find it. There you go. Those are the Sapphires. Whoops. I can't find anything now. Those are the Sapphires, 1964 on the Swan record label. Where is it, Johnny? You just had it. Oh, this is on live television here. This is done. See all my cheat notes, folks? These are my cheat notes. And where's the blue? Oh, here we go. Bandwagon. Oh, not We the People. Yeah, no, yes. Anyway, I digress. I Found Out Too Late is the name of the tune. I can't believe it. I had it here and I can't see. Here we go. You Don't Like My Music. March 64. The Sapphires. That's Carol Jackson on lead. I Found Out Too Late is the name of the tune. As the copyright police still stay out, go away, because I'm afraid to play one after another because, there, they finally left. Thank goodness. Up next, we have this group out of Brooklyn, New York. Eugene Pitt was the lead singer of the Jive Five, first recording for the Belltone record label. And after Belltone, they ended up on United Artists Records. And I think after United Artists, they ended up on Decca. And I thought I wrote this one up, but I guess I didn't. Let's just give it a spin here. These are the Jive Five from, I think this is 1969 on the Decca label. It's called I Want You to Be My Baby, the Jive Five.
You be my baby, baby, my baby, be my baby, my baby. I want you to be my baby, my baby. The love that I feel is real, girl. I don't mean maybe, my baby. Your eyes say sweet things to me, yeah. Your lips are just as warm as can be, girl. You're just my cup of tea. Won't you be my baby, my baby, my baby, be my baby, my baby. Oh, love, yeah. Oh, love, yeah. My love, you keep coming down. You got my head a spinning around and around and around and around. I want you to be my baby, my baby. The love that I have for you, girl, is driving me crazy. Yeah. The more I see you, the more I love you. I just gotta hear you say that you'll be my baby, 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 be my baby. Oh love, I want you for my baby. Oh love, got to have you for my baby. I love you, baby. I love you, baby.
you go. That's the Jive Five. Actually, they changed the spelling of their name there for a bit. It was called the Jive was still the same. They spelled it Fyve, and then they did have in parentheses 5. That was actually, Charlene, you got to fix that date. That's a September 1970 release. That's their second of 2 on the Decca record label. That tune written by the lead singer Eugene Pitt and Leroy Glover. And it was produced by Otis Pollard. The Jive Five with I Want You to Be My Baby. Touch of the 70s here. Let's stay with the touch of the 70s also, as we pay tribute to the late Harry Elston. He was the founding member of the Friends of Distinction. We heard Grazing in the Grass was their first release on the RCA record label. Let's give a listen to their third. This tune written by Anita Poiret, Jerry Peters, and Skip Scarborough. Produced by Ray Cork Jr. This is arranged by Perry Bob. No. Yeah, Perry? Is it Perry, Charlene? No. Yeah, Perry Botkin Jr. Why is that not ringing a bell to me? But anyway, these are the Friends of Distinction, and this is from February of 70, so we're going to stay in the 1970s here. Now, a female lead on this, her name is Charlene Gibson. She entered the group. I think one of the gals or two of the people left by the time of their third release. And this was a big hit for the group. This was number 13 on the R&B chart, number 6 on Billboard, and a big number 1 record on WCRV in Washington, New Jersey. Okay. These are the Friends of Distinction, as we remember the late Harry Elston, who was a member of this group from February 1970. The Friends of Distinction with Love Me or Let Me Be Lonely, the Friends of Distinction.
I can live without love if I wanted to.
Yeah, we got to cool down the copyright police for a little bit here. We got to let that go away before I do another one. Maybe I kind of figured it out a little bit. Now, the thing is, though, that is a stereo single. That is the third release there on RCA for the Friends of Distinction, Love Me or Let Me Be Lonely, a record I remember hearing on the radio, February 1970 release for the RCA record label. So what's happening is I think what's happening is this, and you see the record got loud. I don't know, because I asked my mother this question. How is the sound coming through over on the broadcast? Because my mixer could be doing the problem. And Joe M was telling me that to check it, I can't play the record. I have to play something else to see if it does it. So I don't know what else I can put into this mixer here to play. I would have to pull out one of the jacks and put in maybe a CD player. I have a Tascam down here, but I don't have enough of the ports there to put it in, so I'd have to do that, because I'm noticing what's happening is when I play the record, and it's not the sliders either, it's all of a sudden it comes in clear, and then it kind of sounds muddy. But wouldn't you hear the same thing? Like right now when I'm talking, it's pretty crystal clear, and only because I see the levels go up much higher. And I can't let I'm talking about the levels on the YouTube stream. So if they get in the red, it's too loud and it becomes distorted. So maybe something's going on in this mixer. I have to check it, and I have to see, because I see the levels here, but I don't know. How is the sound? You guys and gals, tell me how the sound is, if the sound is good. So anyway, but let us continue here. We are in Vinyltreasure Overtime. We'll do a couple more records. We'll play another request here for listener Edmund Williams, because I like this artist, this singer from Chicago. He was born Eugene Dixon, was the lead singer of the Duquesnes, first recording for the Nat label back in 1961. And, of course, he would go solo. Actually, he was with the Duquesnes when he first recorded his big solo effort, which was called The Duke of Earl for VJ Records. But had so many great singles for VJ, actually through his career, I have to say. But he would have, after 10 releases for VJ, he signed with Constellation. Had 17 releases on the label. This is the A-side to his 10th. A tune written by Curtis Mayfield, produced by Bill Shepard, arranged by Riley Hampton. This bubbled under on the Billboard Hot 100 at number 107, but was number 28 on the R&B chart, and a big number 1 record on WABQ in Cleveland, Ohio. We go to March of 65 for Gene Chandler. This is a request for listener Edmund Williams. Of course, he requested the flip. This is the A-side. It's called Nothing Can Stop Me. This is Gene Chandler for Edmund Williams.
You and your friends really hurt my pride. So unexpected, you shot me down, with all the fellas standing around. Yeah, please don't go, that's what they'll be saying. Please don't go, but I'm not playing, 'cause nothing can stop me. Can't stop me. Though you and I you I really dug the most. You made me feel like I was 2 feet tall, while all the others laughed and swore. Yeah, please don't go. That's what they'll be saying. Please don't go. But I'm not playing, 'cause nothing can stop me. No mind me having a blues. You made me lose my cool. Fellas on the scene, they treat me so cold and you so mean. Nothing can stop me. So bad do I feel inside. Get my hat, I'm checking out, 'cause you and your friends really hurt my pride. So unexpected, you shot me down, with all the fellas standing around. Yeah, please don't go. That's what they'll be saying. Please don't go. But I'm not playing, 'cause nothing can stop me.
There's a great sound of Gene Chandler there. That one there by request. Whoops. For listener Ed. See, sound is not good on that thing there with my voice. It could be the speaker. I don't know. Something's definitely. I need a doctor. I need a stereo doctor. Darren, come over here. Come to Darren. Take a flight or take the driving here. Come and visit here and give me. I need a doctor, a stereo doctor, to come here and check it out. And there you go. That one there going out to Edmund Williams. There, the sound of Gene Chandler from March '65 on the Constellation record label. Nothing Can Stop Me. Well, I don't want to test the copyright police, because we'll test it with this last release. But and plus I got the '78 show tomorrow, so I got to get out of here. So thank you all for tuning into the program. That's going to do it. If you have a request or you want to get in touch with Johnny G, you can send me an email at vinyltreasures@aol.com. That is the contact number. If I have the 45, I have to find it. I will play it here on the program if it fits the format. And if I don't have it, well, you're going to request a really rare record, well, then you're out of luck. But I do have some rare records in my collection, more 50s than 60s, but I do have some. But again, thank you all for being here. And again, if you're new to the program, please consider subscribing to my YouTube channel. And we are live on Oldies and More Radio, and also live on YouTube every Wednesday from 9 to midnight with a little bit of overtime. I'll be back next Wednesday. I'll be back tomorrow afternoon at 3 p.m. 3 p.m. for the '78 show. Got a pretty good lineup. Going to play different genres of music, some early vocal sounds, jazzy, I guess. I got some blues. I got some good rock, some rock and roll at the end, and lots of R&B, lots of single artists and vocal groups. So if you're into that stuff, please join me tomorrow afternoon. Tell your friends about it. Then Saturday night, it's the 1950s and early 60s as requested by you, the listeners. So Charlene's been updating those requests. I gotta pull the 45s out. I will be doing that. But again, thank you all for being here. And we're going to close the show tonight with a request for David Silberg for here we go. We've been featuring this singer originally from Lugoff, South Carolina. And this is actually a big hit that we're going to play, so I figured I would close the show with this. I'm talking about Brook Benton. This was his follow-up to a duet hit he had together with Dinah Washington. It was called A Rockin' Good Way. This song would eventually become a #1 record on the R&B chart. This is Brook Benton, his 10th of 35 releases on the Mercury label. Well, wait a minute. That was the rockin' good way, Charlene, I guess. Okay. This charted number 7 on the Billboard chart, number 2 on the R&B chart, and a big number 1 record on KIMN in Denver, Colorado. Our closer tonight is for David Silberg from July 1960, the great Brook Benton on Mercury. The song is called Kitty-O. Well, Kitty-O's, Johnny G's got to get out of here. Thank you for being here. Thank you, Charlene, again for all your help. I'll see some of you tomorrow afternoon. If not, maybe Saturday night. If not, right back here next Wednesday night for more 60s Soul 45s out of my collection. Everybody be safe, be well. I'll see you next time right here on the Vinyltreasure Show. Just want to say, everybody, so long. This is for David Silberg, Brook Benton, Kitty-O. Bye.
I told you, baby, how I feel. One word can close this deal. Baby, be my queen of hearts. Please give me that love you've got. I want you say yes, don't you say no. Make me feel good, Kitty-O. Maybe I'm just wasting time. Can't get you off my mind. You could make me feel so good. I know you could if you only would. I want you say yes, don't you say no. Make me feel good, Kitty-O. I wrote you a 6-page letter. I called you on the phone, but you started talking about the weather. Kitty-O, don't you know that's wrong? I can't stand this playing around. Help me up, don't let me down. Kiss me, baby, tell me so. If you love me, let me know. I want you say yes, don't you say no. Make me feel good, Kitty-O. I wrote you a 6-page letter. I even called you on the phone, but you started talking about the weather. Kitty-O, don't you know that's wrong? I can't stand this playing around. Help me up, don't let me down. Kiss me, baby, tell me so. If you love me, let me know. I want you say yes, don't you say no. Make me feel good, Kitty-O. Make me feel so good, so good, Kitty-O.